Hi, Candace McCool here. Thanks so much for joining me. Check me out on Instagram for daily workouts and food posts. But today I want to start out with kind of a controversial topic. What about waist trainers? Do they work? Are there benefits? What are the risks? And will it work for you? So stay tuned. Now, over the years, I have used quite a bit of different types of waist trainers, but I've had different goals in mind throughout the entire process. So I kind of wanted to go over just what I have used, why I used the certain ones that I did, and how you might can implement that into your own life. I do realize waist trainers are very controversial. Some people love them, some people hate them. There are some benefits and there are some risks. So you have to be very mindful about how tight your waist trainer is and why you're using them and the length of time that you're using them. So let's get started. The first one that I'm going to be going over is a very soft waist trainer. I originally bought this after I had my child, Logan Elise. She is 4 years old, but 4 years ago I had a C-section and I needed to push all of those organs that got all rearranged during my pregnancy because I looked like a torpedo. You couldn't even tell that I was pregnant from the back. It just was all this way. I had to push those back into place. Not only that, when I had my C-section, having this binding here really helped against those C-section sutures to kind of when I coughed or when I moved and pushed on those muscles a lot, having that binding really helped. So I highly recommend this kind of stretchy material for your post-C-section, post-pregnancy waist training. You want to start off very, very light, I guess you would say, not wearing it too many hours per day until your body gets used to it. You don't want to pull it too tight, but you want to get it tight enough to where you can still breathe very well and not cause any digestion issues or impede your breathing in any way. But this is really good. I think I worked up to about 8 hours a day, especially when I went back to work. I would just wear it up underneath my scrubs. I'm a nurse. And I really feel like it helped get everything back into place after my pregnancy. For this next waist trainer, I feel like it's more of an athletic waist trainer. It does come up pretty high. My ribs are right there, so it comes up over my ribs. For reference, I am 5'1", so I probably have a lot shorter of a torso than most of you guys. But it also kind of comes over my hips a little bit, so it's full from here to here. I do like the fact that I can adjust how tight it is by wrapping, but it's definitely bulky. I feel like this would probably be good to wear more for the gym to give core stability so that when you're doing your squats, your stomach is not flexing out. You're able to control it a little bit more. It also keeps you mindful just throughout the day because you have that pressure on your stomach to keep your abs tight, which I feel like helps you out with waist training in general. Now, what I don't like about this is that it is so bulky and that it is so, the width from here to here just is way too big for me. It may work for you, but for me, I just feel like this is a little bit bulky. Also, I had a friend of mine who bought this particular kind, and word of warning, she started having numbness down one of her legs. And I think it was because it was pressing on some kind of nerve. So you really, again, have to worry about how tight do you have it and what is the duration that you're wearing it for. All of these waist trainers are only a temporary fix. You still have to do all of your core exercises and your vacuums to be able to keep your abs in tight. This alone will not get you the results that you want. However, I really feel like it's a helpful tool, especially if you have a short range goal in mind. The third one that I'm going to show you is called Squeeze Me Skinny. And I really like it because I feel like it sucks me in a whole lot more. It's more of the corset style. It takes forever to get into it. It has so many different hooks. But here's my issue with it. Even though I really like the width of it because it is below my ribs and above my hips, which I feel like is better for not pressing on any kind of nerves and being able to also breathe. But it allows the waist to come in even more because of it being that shorter width. I got the extra small in the Squeeze Me Skinny. Now, what I don't like about it is that I am on the last rung, or the last little hook, and that's as far as it goes. I can't get it any tighter than this. I worked my way up to wearing it about 8 hours a day at work, and it definitely went underneath my scrubs a lot better. But again, it's as tight as it's gonna go. I'm not gonna get any more benefit the longer that I wear it because, I mean, this is it. There's nowhere to go from here. So that's the only drawback that I have found to this particular kind of waist trainer. However, I like it the best out of the 3 that I have tried. The last and final waist trainer that I want to show you is actually by another team. It's called Team Elite Physique. And what I love about this is that I control how tight that I get it. Not only that, but it's short, it's up underneath my ribs and above my hips. I can sit down, I can bend over in it. I can wear this for a longer time period and not feel too constricted. And once I get it as tight as I want it and my waist gets smaller, I can keep cinching it up because of the strings in the back. For me, I have found this is my favorite by far waist trainer. Again, gotta make sure you don't get it too tight in order to disrupt your digestion system, and you still want to be able to breathe in it. But for a temporary fix, while I'm doing my core exercises and strengthening those internal core muscles, getting those organs back to where they need to be after my C-section, I feel like this 100% does it. So the way you want to do it is they state 5 weeks out from your competition, wearing this for 2 hours a day. The next week, increasing it to 3, the next to 4, and the next to 5. And I believe at the very end, you'll be wearing it for about 6 hours per day. Not only that, they want you to get a leather waist belt. So when you are strength training in the gym, you're wearing that and you're able to keep your core muscles tight and stable as you go through all of those pushing and pulling movements. So that is what I have been doing as well. So far, I've seen great results. My starting waist is at 24 inches. So you and I are gonna go through this journey together, and at the end of my weeks, I think I have at this point when I'm posting this video, I'll be about 6 weeks out from my competition. At the end of that 6 weeks, I will share with you what my ending waist result is to see if this works or not. So it's an experiment as well, and you're gonna be along for the journey. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know some people really feel like they don't work and that the risk outweigh the benefits, but for me, I feel like I am doing this in a very strategic and smart way. This is not something that I will continue doing after my competition. This is basically just going to give me temporary results so that I can have a super small waist when it comes to competing at the national level. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you feel like I have brought you some good information, like it, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll catch you next time.